so people are proud, not only us, also the people we work with. We have 3 farmers that we work with a lot. They're like friends, they're like a part of the team. I visit them, they visit me. We go there every week. Of course, now it's just the season of roots and onions and cabbages and so on. And of them, there's one biodynamic and one organic and one conventional. But the conventional one, he's conventional because he chooses not to have a label. His philosophy is to produce ingredients that are as close to nature as possible. And for them, in the past 2 years, we can ask them whatever we want to, and they will put it in the ground. It's crazy, really. It's like an extension of us. With one of them, we even have, for instance, right now, with one of them, we're discussing biochar, which is, for me, very interesting. It's a natural fertilizer, just like manure or rotting, food that becomes a part of the ecosystem. But this is all wood, or it could even be the bones of a pig that you boil the stock from. You put them in a controlled chamber, and you cook it, or you burn it with no humidity at 1,000 degrees. And that is supposedly a fertilizer, a natural fertilizer, extremely healthy for soil, and very good for growing vegetables.
Veggies, yeah.
They become more dense and develop more flavor. They even grow a little bit faster, but of course that's not the goal in itself, just to have more, but just to see how we can develop it. And this is one of the ones, our farmers, that we want him to try to use it, the biochar. On the other hand, with bigger companies, let's say the fishing industry, which is very difficult in Denmark to cooperate with, because it is most of the times an industry. Rarely you talk directly to a fisherman. Normally you talk to a company, and they control 5 boats or 10 boats or 100 boats. So they now are really starting to loosen up, and also I think perhaps for the future we'll start to take a responsibility as well. For a lot of these people, their level of quality and the level of what they perceive as the best is what their clients, the general opinion of the client is.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Sure.
If the general opinion from them is that this is all right, then that's where they stay.
Yeah.
They have no ambition to develop it further, become purer, fresher, better. The level is where...
Yeah, and that means that the level is at minimum, in fact.
Well, I mean, obviously, if just 2 people out of 1,000 complain, it's not enough for them to change.
Sure.
Feel a little optimism in that field, I must say. I feel a little optimism. Of course, with farmers, vegetables, also a lot of animals, there's no problem. Wild products, dairy products, there is no problem. I mean, we also have great fish because we have a diver.
For the urchin.
For the urchin, for the razor clams, and so on and so on. And we get the oysters direct from the fjord. They send it to us 2 times a week. We get them in. They're just
absolutely
up the
perfect.
sea.
Yeah.
So, and we get the pike. If we have sweetwater fish, we get them up here north. And there's 2 day boats that we kind of work with. But still, considering that we're surrounded by water, we have a huge diversity of ingredients. We have a richness of seaweeds that is unparalleled and completely unexploited in many ways. So there's really need of some type of revolution there. And you start to see the optimism. I start to feel optimistic about it. Of course, a lot of people are saying, because now larger companies that actually produce agriculture in Denmark, they are realizing that they can't compete on prices anymore because it's a very expensive society, labor is expensive, and there are places in the world where pork can be produced much cheaper, and salads, everything really. So we have to compete on quality.